This is the other voice. It's a companion to Course in Miracles. Maybe Yoda. Maybe everything. I don't know. Anyway, this is for the Lightworker, Starseeds, Groundcrew, whatever you want to call yourself. Here's the message. This is about guilt. So, I'm Joshua. I've come to further with you my discussion of A Course in Miracles, to speak with you about your greatest fear, about guilt, the guiltless Son of God, your invulnerability, and your greatest fundamental fear. The acceptance of guilt into the mind of the Son of God was the beginning of the separation. If you did not feel guilty, you could not attack. Condemnation is attack. If you do not condemn, it is not possible for you to attack. If you do not feel guilty, you could not attack at all. There would be no attack and no condemnation of any kind whatsoever. Imagine a world, the real world, the borderland, no condemnation of any kind whatsoever. Even here in your space and time, even in separation, no thought of chastisement or condemnation could creep into your awareness. Not the slightest thought that anything would be in any sense wrong. Here in space and time, without exception, everything accepted fully, nothing but love. Your world, your life, your brother's life, even in your thinking minds, that is the world you experience here and now. Separate is and was the design of this world, carefully planned out with your full awareness. Separation took or was the lack of peace. If you would pretend separation, you must pretend the absence of peace. To experience God as being what God is not. That notion, in an instant, the absence of peace, the belief, brought unrest. In that same instant, peace was gone, and in that same very instant, the Son of God released the absence of peace and let it go. Hence the script is written and all that stuff. But anyway, back to what we're doing here. To let it go, to even allow that notion of the absence of peace, took the belief in separation. Separation is the belief that cause and effect are different, belief that God and I are different. Lack of peace is belief in time, is belief in separation. God is cause and his Son is effect. We know that, but not separate. In time, nothing more than the belief in the separation of cause and effect, or the separation of myself and source, so the separation of cause and effect, the attempt to experience the separation of cause and effect, entertain the absence of peace, that the Son of God would believe that the absence of peace was not his own choice, that anything else was the cause of the absence of your peace. The belief in separation, that something or one else was a cause of lack of peace, and deeming that to be the effect rather than the cause, that it wasn't a choice. It's a belief that I'm victim, a belief in victimhood, but that's not our job here. It's quite the opposite. An instant came and went and was gone. That instant time, the grandest illusion, was created or experienced. Thus, you seem to live out what appears to be time and this world. The belief in separation is thus how you seem to live out, through your own belief. And in the same way, that's the job of the ground crew, miracle worker, teacher of God, Sufi saint, whatever you want to call it, is to do the opposite. But recognize first that within time, not outside of time, is where the Son of God remembered not to laugh. Remembered, meaning chose. That's the gist. Chose, not a victim. And in the same way, then, you can transcend that choice and make another one. So to be here and to stay here in separation, you blame someone or something else for the absence of your peace by your own choice. You must see things different from yourself as cause for absence of your peace. And thus, separation was born. That belief. The belief that someone or something else can cause you to be miserable. Belief that someone or something else has a power that can determine whether or not you're at peace. In simplest statement, the belief that the Son of God is weak and vulnerable. Simple. In order to survive, you must defend, you must fight by attacking to survive. You must be on constant attack. Not ready to attack, you must be on constant attack in order to be able to exist at all as ego, as separate being. Ego believes literally that attack is salvation. Why is salvation a word that even enters your consciousness? What is there to be saved from? Other than your own death, the ultimate threat. Salvation in this course is simply the awakening to the realization that you cannot die. Your existence as ego is based on belief you must attack in order to exist. Belief that you exist, that your entire world is in constant attack upon you. If this were not so, you could not be discontent. Your peace would not be a thing you seek for. Peace would already be yours, and guilt and condemnation and attack would no longer exist. This ego world is insane. To preserve a false notion of the Son of God made mad by guilt. You, invulnerable, the sane curriculum, the one the Holy Spirit teaches, demands that you be aware you are invulnerable. What if you knew you were invulnerable, knew nothing could happen to you, except that it be your own choice and your own creation? What if you knew that is what? That you were free. Realize at the core of your being, even here in space and time, this is important, this is the key, right? Even in space and time. Your own choice, your own creation, if you knew it not possible to ever blame another for your discontent or to be saved. If you cannot find someone else to blame, you blame God for your misery. Your belief that you are vulnerable is your misery, and that God is cruel. And again, we're on that simple. Here we go. Almost done. If you did not blame God, your brothers, your world, if you knew that you were invulnerable, you would be beyond any ability to even sense that an attack was present at all. The same thing of your brother, that no thing, no being, including yourself, could cause, in any sense, your brother's discontent or fear. In the absence of blaming, realizing that you could never harm another, knowing that you could do nothing to your brother, guilt would have to disappear in the twinkling of an eye. It is that simple. And that is what enlightenment of who and what you are, enlightenment is just a realization of who and what you are. That's all. And it gets to that, so we'll get to that. But let's stay focused. Oh, God. So, who and what you are. You, invulnerable, could not be attacked or harmed. That it's not possible for you to die is the entire message of the crucifixion. I came to show you I could not be attacked or harmed, that I could not die, thereby proving that the same is true for you. Groundcrew, star seed, teacher of God. Anyone. What is ultimate fear? Ultimate fear lies in your resistance to believing what is true. You are literally terrified that you are free, that you must be, the master of your own life. Terrified that there is but one will, but one being in all creation, one grand harmony of existence, described as the presence of love. You are terrified of that. That's simple. Why are you terrified? Because opening to that notion demands that you die. I die, you say? You ask? Egos as separate beings die. Die to the notion that the ego can exist, die to the notion that attacking is what keeps you alive, which is the foundation of this world. Rest upon those beliefs. Your single greatest fear is losing yourself, as you perceive yourself, and this world as you know it. This world is your belief in vulnerability and weakness and fear. What you see as yourself, ego. Let the ego die. Since you, ego, believe you must attack to live, you must attack that notion as well. It means unto death you'll serve illusion. However, atone. So, can egos die? Let's see. All right. What if your egos died? You give up your fear of redemption, your fear of love, your fear of God. It is possible to experience the real world even here, to seem to walk through space and time without condemning, without attacking, without being afraid of God. To look upon with human eyes what appears or seems, separate bodies, separate beings, you experience while you experience what lies beyond the illusion of separation at the same time, experiencing the truth. You, your brothers and sisters, God, are one. Whole, healed, all things again. Cause and effect are not separate. Again, that's simple. Pretend a life, ego, that looks like separation and yet experience love. The happy dream. The job of the teacher. Groundcrew. Light worker. Anyone incarnated here who wants to wake up and do this and be this, so experience love, forgiveness itself, seeing beyond the illusion of separation to the truth that life is one, is nothing but love. You, the Son of God, not capable of giving anything but love, not capable of receiving anything but love. Read these words over and over again. Simply open. Simply open. What does open mean again? Opening to that notion. Ego death. Simple. Yeah. Simply open that the acceptance of guilt is separation. Maintained by attack, belief, you are constantly being attacked by your world and God. Rethink your greatest fear is to let go of your belief in separation and belief that attack is what you are. Open the simple, ego death, realization that God actually does love you. This is very interesting. God actually does love you. God actually does you. God actually you. This is the key point of this section, and of course in Miracles, Way of Mastery, Journey Beyond Words, anything like this. So, if God is actually you and God does love you, the Son of God cannot attack. All he can give is love. The Son of God, not different from any other being, above all, is not different from God, not separate, is invulnerable. Receive the eyes of forgiveness, present itself, or presence, as love and harmony and peace. Nothing will not present itself or be present for you, Groundcrew, as the same. The cornerstone to this course is experiencing the core of your being and experiencing beyond words the truth. And what is the truth? Experience what lies beyond the illusion of separation. At the same time, experience the truth. To pretend a life as ego while experiencing love. God does you, love, presence, experience beyond words, this truth. And wrapping it up, last page of this one. Still and open, which is dead to the belief that the ego can exist, you are the Son of God. Guilt is completely a figment of your imagination. And who's you? You're the Son of God. So, you're the Son of God. Guilt is completely a figment of the Son of God's imagination. Guiltless, you are pure and clean and invulnerable. Every time. You are you, the presence of form. Nothing but love itself can receive love itself, and must be the love and presence of God. That, all that is exactly what you are. That is all. Love the presence of God, you. Accept the atonement. And take charge of the ground crew. We're in charge. That's kind of a newer realization. I didn't see that coming. When it comes to the ascension, we each listen to whatever we're guided by within and know it to be true, because we're not separate. We are the front line, and we got to figure it out. We got to free this planet. Love and peace.